Hello, this is Diane Lepasic and
Cedi Lepasic.
um, and we're here with Appilicious from Lepasic's Orchard. This is our first attempt at this, so we'll see how it goes. We're going to cook some things together that have to do with apples. Cedi's liked to cook with me since she was teeny tiny little thing, and she would stand on a chair and she would want to taste all of the ingredients. And she's turned out to be a pretty good cook. So today we're going to do something that's from me. This is apple salsa by request of Kim. A few years ago we had a bad frost and we didn't have many apples, so we were looking for other things. So I had time then, and in the morning I'd get up and make fresh apple salsa, and then we would sell that in the store. And we've never done that since. Probably won't ever do it again because nobody has time now. But it's still really good, and so that's what we thought we'd start with today. So we have our recipe here, and our recipe calls for half a small onion. I have this onion that came from my garden. My onions did terrible this year, but this one is good. So we're going to use him. We're going to do this in a food processor just because I prefer a food processor if you possibly can. So we're going to put onion. What do we got next, Cedi?
A jalapeno.
A jalapeno. Could you get me a fork out of that drawer? Okay, for a jalapeno, those of you that deal with them know you should never just cut jalapenos with your bare hands and get them on your bare hands, because you're gonna burn, and then if you wipe your eye, that's gonna burn, and everything's gonna be the pits. But I'm dealing with one jalapeno here. I really don't want to get out rubber gloves, so this is my method. I just cut the top off, I cut off the side, I get myself a fork, and then I hold it down and kind of start peeling off the sides around the seeds. We don't want to put all the seeds in because that will just be too hot. We like the flavor, but we don't need that much heat, especially if the kids are going to eat this. And I think they'll like it. They all like salsa. And I didn't bring a place to. Those seeds all go to feed the chickens at the orchard, so we'll put them in a container and take them along with us when we go back. So we're going to kind of get the seeds out of here, and I'll just put them off to the side. I'll get my container for the goats. It's over here. Happens to be an empty ice cream container. That seems to be what we use them for. The girls all like ice cream, and I happen to get free ice cream every week from Quick Trip. So. Okay, I'm not going to pick up this jalapeno, I'm just going to shove it in there. What do we got next there, Cedi?
Half a cup or fourth of a cup of cilantro.
Okay. Here's some cilantro. We just went out and picked in my garden out back. This is exactly a quarter cup, and I had some parsley. That's going in too. I left the stems in. Yes, I did. They're going to create a little crunch in there. There's nothing wrong with the stems. If it's a texture you don't want, you cut those off and you throw them away. In this case, I'm going to just leave them in. So this seems to be exactly the right amount. Okay, now, this isn't on our list, but I have these banana peppers. You could put a bell pepper in there if you want to. I never put bell peppers in. It's the only thing in the world that my stomach will not tolerate is a green bell pepper. But it loves banana peppers, so we're going to put a banana pepper in there too. So we're going to treat him like we did the other one. This one is not hot, so you can handle it with your fingers if you want, which I would do. And just, I'm still going to cut around the seeds, basically, shake some of them off. The seeds on these are not hot, so they could go in there. I still kind of peel them out. Chickens just think they're so good. They love the seeds. So we're going to put that in there. Okay, I believe our recipe called for 2 apples, but I just wrote down apples. So what do we got there for apples, Cedi?
We have some scarlets.
Okay, we thought scarlets would be kind of fun because what's special about scarlets?
They have a pink inside.
Yes, the flesh is pink, so this will give a color. My original recipe also said to peel the apples. Peels are meant to be eaten. If you're offended by peels, take them off. This is a scarlet apple. See how nice and pink that is? It's just the prettiest apple. So it might make our salsa a little pink. So my whole recipe called for 2 apples, but we're going to do a little more than that. We're going to start with one of those. What's that one?
Okay.
Williams Pride.
Williams fried.
Williams Pride is sweeter. It has a nice red skin. It's going to be a pretty color to it. I'm going to let you slice that one. I got squirted, so I'm going to let you do it now. So we're just wedging it to get the cores out, and we're going to put the whole rest of the apple in here. Okay,
Okay, and then
Paula Red.
Paula Red.
So this is what we're making caramel apples out of today, and I was sorting these today, and so this is a reject because it has this little mark on the skin, pretty minor, but you know, we eat the defective food that we don't make cider out of. We almost never bring home perfect apples to eat.
They taste the same.
They taste just the same. This is not even a serious enough defect to for me to take it off of there. It's just a brown rough spot on the skin where maybe it rubbed on something or something. And I think we'll start with that many apples. We're gonna taste and then we're gonna see. And our last ingredient, well, a couple things we got left.
3 tablespoons.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Whoops.
we have a
There's the
squirt.
top.
At this time of year, I really like to have fresh limes. I haven't been to the grocery store. Next time I go, I'm getting fresh limes, and I'll have fresh limes. I think that's the perfect amount.
Okay.
Okay, and a little salt.
Right here.
Can I have a spoon, please? That looks like the right amount of salt. Now we're going to start with that, and then we'll taste it, and we'll see how it is. So the key is we don't want to puree this stuff. So we have soup. We want to get chunks. So we're just going to pulse. You certainly can do this just by chopping everything up with a knife. I make salsa probably about every other day. This is the first apple salsa I've made this year. But we've been having tomato salsa. We had it for lunch at the orchard today. Yeah, we're gonna open those little chips, okay? We decided the place to do this is Grandma's kitchen. Because there's really no place at the orchard other than to use the commercial kitchen, and that's really not where we wanted to be. Donut making is gonna commence there pretty soon. We have to have donuts for tomorrow, which is probably, might be when you see this. Okay, so I just want it so it's nice and chunky. It's not very juicy at this point, but the salt will draw that juice out of the apples. It doesn't need to be juicy. And if you ever made salsa, you know that when you first taste it, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes as far as heat and stuff. If you give it some time to sit, you get a better idea. But we're going to try it anyhow. And see, sometimes we have to add lime juice or a little salt, or so I'm just going to take a chip. I don't know. What do you think?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's limey enough.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just a hint more salt. I'll get the pepper. Probably enough pepper for the kids. You can always add more, or if you want heat, just leave some of those seeds in your jalapeno. Just a little more salt. A pinch. And that by leaving the peels on the apples, we get these nice colored flecks in there. When I make tomato salsa, I like to use all different colors of tomatoes because I think it makes it good. Have another chip. Thank you.
Oops.
And it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Friday, August 14th. We opened today. I'm not sure exactly when you'll get this, probably as soon as we get back and give it to Kim. So thanks for those that came out today. People have made some online orders. That's wonderful. We're filling some orders for tomorrow. So thank you very much and have a great day.